My art has always been about making the invisible visible. That is the strength of art in fighting for equity and justice. My name is Amanda Phingbodhipakkiya. I am the public artist in residence with the New York City Commission on Human Rights. Just the other day, I was painting a mural in Fort Greene, and I heard a voice behind me say, "You're not from around here, are you?" And that really just kind of surprised me that in 2020 we're still asking this, but we shouldn't be surprised because it really has been a trickle-down racist rhetoric coming out of the White House.
Because ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this?
Because it comes from China.
Racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China. That's why.
Video posted to social media by the victim's daughter shows a 52-year-old woman being pushed to the ground on Roosevelt Avenue in Flushing, Queens.
Officials pointing to this incident on a subway train. A man sprays a subway rider who is Asian with air freshener.
Many people were scapegoating Chinese communities for bringing about the pandemic. While this is not a new phenomenon in the field of human rights, we have seen that in many historic times of pandemic or crisis, groups are often singled out for scapegoating and stigmatization.
Over this last year, we have been screaming out, which often felt like we were screaming into a black hole. We've been screaming for months and months about the discrimination that was happening, whether it was just verbal, straight down to physical violent attacks. For over the past year, we felt like not many people were listening to us. We are not going to take it anymore. We are gathered in solidarity within and with other communities to say that we matter too.
So my goal with this art series was to turn all of these hurts, this pain, into something beautiful and powerful and defiant, and to really show the strength and resilience and defiance of Asian American communities. This campaign actually started on a walk in the park with the commissioner, and I expressed to her that I would like to create some kind of public art, maybe a poster series about all the anti-Asian discrimination and harassment and hate crimes that have been happening.
Amanda had the ability to speak to a roundtable of some of our API community partners. What were things that people actually heard that had affected them so? All of the texts that you see in her artwork, they're coming straight from incidents that people had personally experienced.
I think the inspiration for the campaign was both personal and, of course, of the moment. I am someone who has always felt a bit different. I grew up in a really homogenous area of the South, and I felt like I was in many ways stuck between worlds. There weren't a lot of people who looked like me. I experienced a lot of anti-Asian bias and discrimination growing up. An example is in physics class, my physics teacher asked me, "What color are you?" in front of our whole class, and I didn't have an answer for that at the time, and it was scarring in a way. So of course, as quickly as I could, I moved to a city where I felt like I could thrive. And, I've called New York home for the past 14 years, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to find any Asian American who has not gone through some kind of anti-Asian discrimination. The location was Atlantic Terminal, and the location was absolutely intentional. The visibility of the piece itself is a statement. I think as you traverse the terminal and look upon Asian and Black faces full of defiance and strength and learn about injustices we've faced, you can't help but see us. You can't help but just feel in your bones that we're reclaiming space.
lives matter. Asian lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go.
So Atlantic Avenue is a major connection point for many Black and Asian neighborhoods, and the Barclay Center served as a de facto town square for activists organizing and protesting against police violence.
The feeling that you feel right now, I want you to take that to the polls in November.
I wanted this piece to stand up for the Black Lives Matter movement because Asian American and Black people share this common experience of racism, even if it manifests differently for our communities. There's actually a real anti-Black bias in parts of the Asian American community, and it's something that I wanted to address because the insidious nature of white supremacy is that it seeks to pit communities against each other. The title of the series, I Still Believe in Our City, just resonates with so many New Yorkers for different reasons, based on the different challenges and sacrifices that we faced. I think the only thing worse than polarization is this cynicism, this idea that nothing matters and no one person can make a difference. And I think we all have fatigue from the year, but this series is a note of hope. It says that the words that we use matter, that Asian Americans matter, that Black lives matter, and that New York City matters. To say, I still believe in our city is to really just take a stand and make your voice heard. And I can't think of a more fitting message to share at this time.